curious to know about the challenges of playing a character where they're living with hallucinations and paranoia in the middle of the desert.
It was very interesting to try to dive into some character who's been brainwashed. I'd like to think that I haven't been brainwashed in my life, or I'm not in that current state, but definitely, you know, I think moving through life and life experience has taught us, if nothing else, that we have our moments of weakness and we fall into perhaps a bad relationship or bad situations because of bad choices, and people are quite good at manipulating and bringing us in. So it was drawing from certain life experiences and figuring out, you know, where that would bring us. The paranoia was definitely something else, and Lorenza and I had to discuss a lot with our directors sort of what state we were at in certain moments, because it gets confusing. You shoot out of sequence and you try to figure out where we're at now, and nothing is linear in this process, because it just goes from one hallucination, so to speak, to reality. But a lot of fun and very cathartic to live in this space.
Very similar. I think I hadn't done, I think every role, every project has, you know, a different attraction of why you really want to do that, whether it starts with the words. And for me, this one definitely was that. The script was incredible. I hadn't done something like this ever, or even similar in a while, at least. And, you know, to dive into the issue of mind and identity and being manipulated to believing in something that, you know, is not really real, and then escaping that, but still being stuck, is something that I was like, ooh, this is meaty, this is difficult, this is scary. I want to do that. Now, the challenge of that is that you don't know, this movie fell on just those two women and out in the desert. And the challenge of that is you never know who you're going to get or how that's going to go, because it really has to be about that trust between the two of you. And Malin is incredible. I was a huge fan of hers even before we did this. And for me, we had an instant connection and we really trusted each other. So I was really able to let go in a way that I wouldn't have had it been somebody else, because that trust, that safe space to go there was there. And I think that's why it allowed to have levity in between takes. And we were having so much fun while doing something so cathartic and dangerous.
If you had a chance to opt to have any unpleasant memories erased from your brain, would you consider it?
Very tempting, but I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. I would be too worried that it'd change
me.
Yeah, and I'm pretty happy with me right now. So yeah, there's nothing that unpleasant that I need to erase it, luckily. But that would be quite I'm sure there are people who would say, yeah, maybe that would help them with certain things. So I wouldn't take it out.
Hiking, do you see it the same way?
No, I would never get adventurous enough to go on a hike trail that I wasn't familiar with, or with somebody that knew the trails. It's a serious thing. You hear stories about people getting lost and not coming back, and I don't ever want to be part of that.
Exactly. Same. I love the outdoors. I love hiking. I love backpacking. I love camping, but in a safe way, not in this way. Never.
Maybe not a paper map, right?
Yeah, not a paper map. But then again, I wouldn't trust technology out there either. So we have to figure something out, a happy medium.
Well, thank you so much, ladies, for your time. I've loved speaking with you. I just compliment Lorenza on Women as Losers. That was a lovely film. I'm sure you agree with me. And we can't wait to see you in Fletch.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And you brought lovely films during the dark times of quarantine. I got to speak to you for Thanksgiving and Chick Fight.
That's right. That's right. Well, great. It's nice to see you again.
Likewise. Take care.